G.I. Joe is there.
Hey, welcome to Half the Battle. Hey, welcome to Half the Battle. I can't promise I won't make this joke again.
It also makes it obvious what this review will be about. Well, the title of the video already did that, but whatever. So meet Repeater. This figure was released in 1988 with all original body parts. And the first thing you notice is that very chiseled face. Those cheekbones, that chin, they wanted this figure to look manly. As for his uniform, it looks pretty cool. The cap makes him look like a ranger.
But as we'll see later, nothing in his file card indicates he is one.
I dig the unique looking camo pattern on the legs and upper arms. The only weird thing is the color of the rolled up sleeves matches that of the legs, but not of the shirt. The one that he wears under his vest, I mean. I'm not sure how that's supposed to work clothing wise. The detailing is quite good, especially on the vest with all the pouches, and on his belt with more pouches and straps. I would have liked to have seen some paint detail on the emblem on his cap though. He also has one fingerless glove on his left hand.
Huh, he must be a Michael Jackson fan.
Lastly, there's a weird piece of plastic with a hole in it sticking out the side of the waist. It's a cool figure, but where it really shines is in the accessories. That also explain the hole. He's got a stabilizer arm that attaches to the waist and a machine gun that attaches to the arm. The whole setup looks really cool and was one of the reasons this figure made it into the best tier in my 1988 rankings video. The G.I.Joe fan wiki speculates this gun setup is based on the one seen in Aliens, and I guess that's possible, at least the stabilizing arm bit. He also came with a backpack that's not very impressive, but does add to the figure.
Repeater got a second figure in 1989.
It was part of the Toys R Us exclusive Night Force. The figure is a complete repaint of version 1. I think the color scheme could have been more Night Force, especially the vest, which is basically the same color as the original. I would have made it match the legs. It's still a really cool figure though, and he keeps the same excellent accessories as the first, so we also went into the best tier. The same figure was re-released in 1993 as a mail-in figure that was part of the Rapid Deployment Force, without his accessories. I didn't bother ranking that one as the figure was identical, but if I had, the lack of his gun setup would have taken him down to the good tier. And those were the only figures Repeater got in the original line. Strangely enough, he would only ever get one more retail figure in the modern lines. And that was as part of a Toys R Us exclusive Rise of Cobra Troop Builder set. And for some reason, they made him a black guy. I don't mind that at all, though I do feel they should have given him a new real name, since they can't be the same character. The same thing applies to Ripcord, really. I can't really review this toy since I don't have it. It looks good in pictures, I guess.
The same goes for the only other two figures the character got.
Night Force Repeater got a modern body construction figure in 2013, but it was part of a convention exclusive set. It used the body of a Roadblock figure with a new head. It has some cool accessories that invoke the originals. It looks nice in pictures, I guess. And finally, that convention figure was repainted to look like the original and was a Collector's Club exclusive. It has less cool accessories than the Night Force one, but still looks nice in pictures, I guess.
And those were all the figures. Kinda slim pickings.
Repeater hasn't got a classified figure yet, which is something Hasbro should really get to. I mean, there's a dinosaur tamer now, but not Repeater. Come on!
All that means that it's time to talk about the character, starting with the file card.
He's the Joe Team's Steadicam machine gunner, explaining the accessories, and his real name is Jeffrey Therian. No clue if I'm pronouncing that right. The name does not appear to be based on a real person. His specialties are infantry and heavy weapons, well duh, and his rank is E6 or Staff Sergeant. The text of the card states he's been in the army for over 20 years.
Which would make him one of the oldest Joes, by the way.
The text goes on to say that he would never get a higher rank than Staff Sergeant because he's not a barrack soldier and is only effective in the field. The bottom of the card states being the machine gunner is the hardest job since they carry the heaviest load, are an immediate target when they start firing, and have to keep firing to give the other troops cover. That's why they also have to be the strongest ones. That explains the chiseled jaw.
And as I mentioned earlier, there's nothing indicating he's a ranger.
The Night Force card doesn't really add anything except to say he's a Night Force, and neither does the Rapid Deployment Force one. The Rise of Cobra one mentions he tests the newest in machine gun technology, which may be a reference to the alien gun, I don't know, and that he's the first to charge into battle. The Con and Club exclusive cards basically repeat, no pun intended, the original ones, though the last one gives him a motto: I make him eat lead or eat the dirt.
Okay.
For a bonus, we've got some foreign file card fun here. The name Repeater refers to his machine gun, but in Holland and Belgium, his name was Stutter, which translates to stutter, as in having a stutter.
Yeah, they named him after the speech impediment, which is a bit insensitive to say the least.
But there you have it. And no, stutter is not a gun-related term in Dutch. As far as other media goes, Repeater never appeared in the cartoon, as his first figure came out in 1988, right in between the Sunbow and Deke series. He did show up in the comics, making his regular series debut in issue 82, even making the cover, and at least here it is clear that he's a ranger as it says so on his cap.
This issue is unique in the series,
because it follows a large group of recruits for the Joe team, with Repeater being one of only 3 to make it through the boot camp. He's pretty paranoid even after making it, thinking they're getting set up for another test. They get woken up for a mission as an armory is under attack. Since he has seniority, he takes command after Grand Slam gets shot and does a good job. Even after completing the mission, he still thinks it could have been some sort of setup. In Special Missions issue 19, he damages a hint helicopter enough to force it to land, and he shows up for 4 more issues of the regular series.
but he doesn't do anything noteworthy.
His last appearance was in issue 131, where he helps defend the pit from a Cobra attack. And that was Repeater. A very cool figure and an interesting character that really could have used more toys over the years.
Well, I'll see you next time, everybody, and hey, why not like, share, and subscribe if that's your thing? Well, I'll see you next time, everybody, and hey, why not like, share, and subscribe if that's your thing?
G.I.Joe.